afternoon, and it is the Afroeconomics Business Network. We're talking about entrepreneurship on our Fridays. Sometimes we're talking about nutrition. Sometimes we're doing our business network. This Friday is the business network. We can't do but one thing at a time. So I said, let's go back to our business network this Friday. I miss y'all so much that we go back to it. Did a lot of nutrition though. Did a lot of nutrition. I don't know what I'm gonna do because you might get carried away during these holidays and we might have to get back to it. There's 10, 5 plus 5, 10 principles to Afroeconomics. 10 principles to Afroeconomics. And the seventh principle of Afroeconomics is entrepreneurship. I like to think of it as the fearless entrepreneur. I started my business, JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm, in 1995. Yeah, yes, indeed. And when I started my business, Miss Muhammad, Miss Williams, thank y'all so much for coming into the studio. Thank you for being members of Afro Economics. You know, when I started the business, I didn't really have anybody to talk to. And I just thank God for Afro Economics giving me this opportunity to 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 extend myself to people who want to have their own business because I am an investment advisor, but I'm also an entrepreneur. So I think that it's important for me to just, you know, just say, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. And if you want to have your own business too, who better to learn from or who better to get ideas from or who better to run ideas from by through to is someone who's also had that experience, right? Like who and I just think too often we're going to the government for tips on having our own business. And the government does regulate our business, but the government doesn't have a business. Like, so I think that as business owners, we should mentor each other more often. And I love it when the government like extends itself as a place for us to help each other. You know, how you doing, Barbara? I see you. I see you. I'm here also, Barbara. That's right. I didn't see the chat screen was down. Yeah, I see you. The but the that I think that we need to extend ourselves as entrepreneurs to other entrepreneurs because I want to make sure that I make your time here on this planet better. That's what I feel that God wants me to do. That we don't know how long we have, but I want to be of service to you while I'm here. That's what I want to do. That's what you want to do, Miss Muhammad. You want to make somebody's life better.
That's
You,
right.
you
You
make
hear
my
me?
life better.
Do you hear me?
I sure do, sweet, sweet,
Okay, all right.
sweet, sweet
Yes,
girl.
ma'am. That's right.
And
Whatever I can do to help.
I mean, it's so true. Like, I think that like a lot of times people are sad because they don't know if their life matters.
True.
And I think that we want to think that all we're put here to do is like make money. So we start like making money and try to buy things. And then when we're not satisfied, because we can't buy enough things,
Right.
then, but I think that when you help people, it gives you a really special satisfaction.
Mhm.
Chris, I'm going to definitely, Chris, we're going to talk. The Chris, I know we're going to talk. Chris, I wish you would put your face up and not just your lovely picture. You're going to talk the soon as we get off. If you
Oh, okay.
if,
That's fine.
if
Mhm.
you put your face up, I will close out right now and
That
call
is my face right there.
you. If you turn the camera on, you know.
I don't
But
think you
I
want to see
mean,
me right now.
I think that a lot of times that the reason that we want to be entrepreneurs, is because we want to help people. I do. We know that we want to, really want to make a difference on the planet. And sometimes when people are working somewhere, they really can't feel their impact on how they help the customer, the end user of what they're making. But when you have your own business, you really see how you help the customer, how you're serving people, and that's when, they get really satisfied. I don't think that we're as money um, motivated as the world wants you to think. Like, a money motivation is cool, but I don't, I just think it's bigger than that. I think it's bigger than that. How you doing, Miss Davis?
Good afternoon.
We gotta get our brothers up in here too. Get the brothers up in here too. I know the brothers want to have their own businesses too. How bad do you want it? How bad do we want to have, some, to provide services and provide career opportunities. Another beautiful thing about starting our own businesses is that it puts you in an opportunity, in a position to provide opportunities to other people. It feels great to say that I've been able to provide opportunities to other people for so much of my life, that it's nice that when you own your own business, you're allowing yourself to. I mean, even if you're just hiring people to or buying things from people for your business, you're helping other businesses stay in business because your business needs things. I mean, that's really good. Like business to business. I mean, not just your employees or contractors that you have as a business owner. Correct? Yep. Yeah, but it says that I thought this to really be interesting, that research. This is some research, and I this just popped up on my phone this morning. It said, um, oh wow, something just popped up on my phone also, that we're praying for you, Mr. Jones. He said that his mother is sick.
Oh,
We,
yes.
we're praying for you and your mom. That research said that psychologists discovered that the number one skill set people for people, even above IQ, the number one skill set was what? What do you think the number one skill set for people to have in life? What do you think it
Commu-
was?
Communication skills.
Number one skill set that was a predictor of success. And you say communication. What else? What do you think? And let me see. I'm not looking at our chat. I'm sorry. And those of you, how you doing, Mr. Newell? What do you think? How you doing, Dale? Oh, critical thinking. Okay. Dale thinks critical thinking. What do you think, Barbara? The number one skill set, psychologists said,
I think
for
it's
success,
communication,
predictor of success, even above
relationship,
IQ. Huh?
relationship. When I say communication, I mean the relationship.
Okay. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. And I truly, 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 truly believe it. And I just think this is amazing that I saw this today, because I totally was going to say that that is the only reason you all know me today, is because of this attribute that I have.
Helping people?
Nope. Mhm. Oh my god. Oh, thank you, Miss Newell. He's like, no, I won't talk about you. He said personality. Nope. Perseverance.
Mm.
Determination. No, Mr. Johnson. Exactly. I would put perseverance and determination the same, which is the ninth, ninth principle of Afroeconomics. Exactly. Perseverance. They use that term, but I use determination. Key part of entrepreneurship. Y'all gotta admit, correct?
Mm.
I was thinking what the number one skill set
The psychologists said
that's something that I struggle with.
when they studied young people that this when they looked at them throughout their life, when they looked at them throughout their life, the ones that were most successful, it wasn't the ones that were the smartest.
You say young people.
Yeah, they studied, they were studying them throughout their life. They studied them from young to all the way up their whole life.
Mhm.
And it wasn't the predictor. They were studying predictors of success. And the attribute that is like, what could you give your child that would be the best predictor? Like, what would you want to make sure that your child had? Like, yeah, Fonda said drive. Exactly. Close, close. Miss Davis, it's, perseverance. Make sure that they don't give up.
Hmm.
You know, it's not enough to have confidence. Whole bunch of confident people give up. No, they're so confident that they go, I ain't got to deal with that. I'll be
Hmm.
all right. No, perseverance, perseverance, determination. No, that they have to just being smart is not enough, because what, like, just having a great idea. Like, a lot of people go start their business, and they give up because they have a great idea. They have a great idea, but they give up because they can't
So,
believe that people are so dumb that they don't like their idea.
so,
But what we have to do, like I put on my social media yesterday, is we have to make a commitment to only talk to people that are listening and keep talking. I have made a personal commitment to stop wasting my time talking to people who are not listening. What in the world are we doing? You think
so,
about all of the time you have wasted talking to people. You go, okay, you got all these people over here running after you, needing your help, and you going over there running after people who are not listening to you. turn around and talk to the people who want your help, who want your help. And at least your perseverance will be a little bit easier to do. So you don't have to be exhausted. And all of that knowledge that you have to share will be appreciated. And you can become profitable and sustainable. Because a lot of your profit is lost on wasting your time on things that aren't worth your time and people.
It's not that good.
No, stop exposing yourself to things that are not of that are not listening, that are not worth your effort. So because especially if you're the type of person who is the person that perseveres, you are the person that's determined. So we are determined. So we're more likely to really spend that time talking to that person who's not listening because we just will do it. We're just like, going to, because we're just so determined. We're going to persevere. They need your help. They need your help. So you're just going to do it. And you're going to sit there and you're going to continue to just hit, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, and hit it. But it's a waste of our profit. That's when it gets expensive. And it's cutting into your return on your investment. And that's when we need to spend our one-on-one time. That's when you need to make sure that you're putting your time together and developing a team of people that are listening to what is important to you. So we're persevering and we're determined, but we need to become very careful of what you're surrounded by. Become selective of what you allow into your setting so that your effort will become more powerful, so that everything that you do will have a greater impact because of what you're sharing is applied to the proper area. Then everything that you're doing will have so much more of an impact because you're putting it into the right area. But if you're not, then everything is mute. But we have to make a commitment to the best use of every moment of our time. We all get the same 24 hours. But during those same 24 hours, somebody's broke and somebody's getting rich. Who's getting broker and who's getting richer? It's all based on how we're deciding to spend our time. It is really amazingly our own doing. Even though we'll go through so much effort to make sure that we're blaming it on someone else, if you look back on everything, you'll be amazed at how much personal control, like 99, this is quotes directly from my father, 99% of every problem we have, we're in control of. At some point, we created it, allowed it in, could have shut it down. And that's where the lesson is in business. Taking full responsibility for that and establishing how we're going to make sure that we change that. How do we change that? How do we make sure that we're making better choices, more effective choices, better use of our 24 hours, better use of every dollar that comes into our set, every dollar that comes into our business, every minute of your time. Also realizing that most of the people that you know do not think that way, unfortunately. So you have to go out of your way to get yourself into an Afro Economics Business Network setting. If this is important to you, you need to get yourself around someone like JB Bryan, who has spent the last 30 years of her life doing this and has sacrificed everything in order to survive as a Black business. Unless, of course, you know someone else who has. Then choose them. If you don't, then you're taking a chance. And we're doing it all the time. Partnering with someone less experienced, wasting and risking our future, and but only because we're intentionally don't want to take our life to the next level, don't want to be around anyone who is going to demand anything more from us. I see it all the time. I go, oh my goodness, I don't want anybody asking me to do more. They just don't want it. They just don't want it. They do not want me saying that they can do more. And if you don't want it, then stop complaining about being broke and the business not working and the rent not being paid and not getting to where you want to be and not having the taxes paid and not getting these things. But I don't want that around me. You have to make that type of commitment. We have to make that type of commitment. I don't stop when I'm tired. I stop when I'm done. I don't stop when I'm tired. See, like some people just stop because they just, it's 8 o'clock. I've been here. See, when you want to have your own business, you got to stop when the customer is finished. When you completed the job, when you completed what you told the customer you were going to do. Seriously. You don't stop because you're tired. Oh, I gotta go. Like my wife wants me to come home. And people do it. But you're not done. So because you got this, so then the customer is supposed to be inconvenienced because of you? That kind of mentality needs to go to work for somebody. The entrepreneur hires somebody to make sure that the job keeps getting done, or you do it yourself. The customer never suffers because of you. You never have the advantage over your customer and think that your business is going to be okay. There is a basic rule in the registered investment advisory business that I always have to do what is in the customer's best interest. If you don't, you're in trouble. That shouldn't even have to be you gonna get in trouble, but it is. And it really should be the guideline for everybody's business. but it's not. But it is for mine. And some people still do business with other people. And they should not get the protection of that person. So what happens when they have a problem and they try to sue? They don't get that protection because they said, oh, you're doing business with someone who does not have to look out for your best interests. That was your decision. But they will not. No, that was your decision. You that is their decision. But when my clients make a decision to be with me, they've made a decision to be with someone who has to look out for their best interests. They've decided on a level of excellence that is legally required. That's a commitment they made to themselves that I have to keep for them. That's what they decided on. That's what they paid for. So when some people say, well, I can't afford that membership, they can't afford that because they decided that they can't afford it because they don't want that level of protection. So when they don't get it, they ain't got it. And you all should know that when you are providing a certain level of excellence, everybody can afford you. Period. And that's what I tell, like, I was telling Miss Mohammed. She cooks excellent cakes, organic ingredients. Why should they be cheap? It costs her a lot of money to make them. Everything should not be cheap. Why in the world do we think everything should be cheap? When things cost a lot, when they're good, when it's good quality. I buy all my food from Whole Foods. And when I go in there, who do I see? Ms. Muhammad. So what's in her cake? Whole Foods. What's in it? Organic. Same stuff. She goes same place. But it's so we know she's a good stuff. Then she goes to farms. She goes to farms and stuff. Farms. It costs money to go. Extra stuff. So she gets like stuff. That's a lot of effort. Oh my goodness. And if people think you cannot compare her food to something you're gonna buy from a cheap grocery store, and the price should not be the same. So, as an entrepreneur, do not think that you have to be the same as everybody else when your stuff is not the same. It's not like you do not have to lower yourself when you're not low. Now, if you're doing something that is cheap, then be cheap. There are cheap things, like you have little widgets and it's a cheap widget and you're selling little rubber bands and they only cost you a half a cent to make and you're selling them for 1 cent. That you're making money. You're doing well. You got a 50% markup. That's cool. And somebody doesn't want to pay you 1 cent. Well, they figured it out that you are making 50% markup. But but you're buying it in bulk to make that 50% markup too. So if they only want to buy one, they're costing you. So people don't understand what it takes in business. That's yours. That's yours. That's yours. Yeah. And the fiduciary responsibility is a word that is way overused because a lot of people that aren't registered investment advisors use fiduciary, you know. even before I had my 100% um, registered investment advisory firm, I still have fiduciary responsibility. So you have to ask, like, on what level and to what degree. So a registered investment advisory firm is the is on a whole higher level than just fiduciary responsibility. But definitely, a fiduciary responsibility is part of it, and even more. I definitely have even more responsibility. Like at minimum, I have fiduciary responsibility, and I also have to look out for their best interests in all capacities. But I'm grateful for bringing that up. But to me, fiduciary responsibility is an overused and understood word now in our business. And I will focus on just making sure that you know what licenses they have and how they're compensated and how much each product costs you that they have. And if you don't know, make sure that you talk to me and join Afro Economics. And I have extensive information on almost every product that's out there and their expense ratios. Good point. But definitely, so entrepreneurship, the how bad do you want it? I want to go back. So one thing I wanted to just use like some, just some quotes to like kind of keep me focused is I want to inspire people. As an entrepreneur, I believe that we have a responsibility to inspire people, each of us. I want someone to look at me and say, because of you, I didn't give up. That's what the Bible says to cut you off. Because of you, I didn't give up. Indeed. That's what I want you all to say. That I was thinking about, starting my business, or I was thinking about, after leaving my job that I was gonna start. But after I saw that because of you, like I've already like had so many. It really like feels so good. When you hear a young person say, "Oh, I felt so good. I was so glad." When I saw you do the business network discussion, I was so inspired. Because of you, I'm definitely gonna do this. And that's so good. That's so good. That's cool. So that I hope that you'll see this and even go through the library and look up other entrepreneurship discussions that we have, and that you'll know that it is a process that you're going to learn along the way, that you're going to have to be extremely organized. The key is to just be organized, to be committed, to make a commitment to be an expert in your field, to want to be the best at what you do, and to know that if it was easy, everybody would do it. I think that we live like in a world that I think there's more of an emphasis of on chilling all the time. I don't ever hear anybody say, "Oh, let's get together and do more." Do you, Miss Muhammad? Like, "Oh, let's get together and do this." You always hear people like say, "Let's get together and do less," don't they? Like it's always a chill out.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's never and I think that I don't understand why we're not like more motivating. Like um or more motivated about people being motivated. Like cause like you're constantly telling me about like different classes that you're taking and stuff. And Do people ever tell you like you're doing too much?
Yeah.
Or
Slow
you know,
down.
and you know, and that's so discouraging. I mean, that's so just so sad. Like because why can't we just say like, wow, that's so cool that she's always doing things and learning new things. Maybe I'll try that
Mhm.
because we all should be learning new things all the time. You know,
Mhm.
because I was telling someone, I was like, I'm gonna start taking my PhD classes again. And then someone said, well, I thought you said you weren't gonna do that. And I said, yeah, I did. I said I wasn't gonna do that. But then I said, well, I don't have anything else to do, so and sometimes I'm just chilling and I really don't want to watch any TV. I'm just don't want to just be sitting in my chill time. And I would like to do something just other than work. Like, so I'm like, so when my chill time, I would like to just, study. And I was enjoying when I was doing my classes. And I only have a few classes left. And then the rest of it will just be writing my dissertation. So it's like, so I'll just do it. But it's not, you really don't get a lot of encouragement to do, positive things. And even when I, was starting my business, nobody was like saying, go do it. Everybody I knew was like, you're too young. Wait till later. You're too young. Wait till later. What if I had waited till later? It would have been a complete waste of time to wait till later. I'm sure it's going to be the same thing. Like if I don't do my finish the PhD, I'll know I will be a point where I'll say I should have just finished that. Like that was crazy. I didn't do that. I mean, because I whizzed through that, and I'm more than 50% done. I mean, like I only have like 4 classes left, and then all the rest is just writing. Come on. I could literally finish 4 classes in 2 quarters if I really wanted to, but I'm not. I'm just going to do 1 class a quarter. Right, Fonda? You know, but, you just have to vote, I mean, it's a very, especially, I think, especially as a woman, I think that, I think that as men, I think if a man says he's going to do something, people get excited. I don't think people ever tell a man not to do something. Like if a man was in his 20s and said, I'm going to start an investment firm, I really don't think anybody would have told him, don't do it. They wouldn't have told him, don't do it. And everybody was telling me, don't do it. Why in the world were they telling me, don't do it? And here I am, like going to work for somebody else, doing the same thing. All I'm gonna do is go do it somewhere else, and that is really sad. It's really sad, but I think that we, that I don't think that men realize how many people they have rooting for them, and women don't realize how much they have working against them. Exactly. Like we go because or maybe we do and we just like just do it anyway. I don't know. Like because or women just wait. Like they wait anyway. Like if I had waited, that would have been such a bad move. The way I thought it out was, I'm young. I don't have any children, you know. And then at that moment, I was married, but the same week I started my business, my husband at that time didn't want to be married anymore. Now, I've been through some really traumatic, like, relationship, like, experiences as an entrepreneur. I would say the biggest things that have happened to me have been like relationship type things, that have just like, ooh, just impacted, me. But somehow I have just stayed the course with the business. But I just remember saying, like, I quit my job, started the business, and at that same week, he said, I don't want to be married to you anymore. You figure it out. And fortunately, he had said that before. So I just went back to the same apartment that I had gone to when he said that before. And they said, oh, we have your approval. So they thought I still worked at the same job they had gone to before. Because if they had called that job, they would have found out that she don't work here anymore. That would have been a problem. But they didn't call back. They just said, oh, we still have that approval from the last time he didn't want to be married anymore. So, and I had said that I would move out. So that oh my goodness. So I move out first week with the company with my business, and then the apartment building burns down, Miss Muhammad. It was crazy. Then they moved me over to another apartment and increased my rent. They increased the rent because their apartment building burns down. And by the grace of God, nothing in that apartment, none of mine, the fire stops 1 unit away from mine. 1 unit, one apartment away from my stuff. Amazing. And it was an amazing story. I just got up and then and it was just it would just blow your mind how that happened. And he worked for the TV station at that time, so he was covering the news story, and I'm out here in the fire, and I said, like, can I stay at my house for this night? So I'm in this coat because I wasn't even sleeping in anything and everything. And so I go and I sleep in the spare bed and come back the next day. And the whole night, my friends, girlfriends, are calling the house checking on him. And the voice that was the old back in the day, and they're like, "Hi, just checking to see how you're doing, Tony." I was like, "Oh my goodness, these are my girlfriends, my friends." I said, "God tells you what you need to know." And then I never said anything to them though. And then he brings me back. I have a speaking engagement the next day. I have a client today that remembers me speaking that day when I tell them at that speaking engagement about what happened, that I was in that fire. It was on the news. That fire was that big. And I said, y'all, I was in a fire last night. And I got dressed. I went up there. The fireman, he just dropped me out. He didn't even check to see if I had anything. He dropped me out with the same coat on. And I went up there, and the firemen were like, I don't know if you're going to have anything. And and I went up, and it was March, and all my clothes were fine. And I put on my clothes for the speaking engagement, went and spoke, never looked back since. I remember the last time I saw him, he called that investment firm, told them, sell all our investments and send the check, that we needed the money because I had left the company, and we needed the money. And he came in my office and threw me against the wall and said, sign the check. And I signed the check, gave him all my money. And I'm telling y'all, I have never wanted for anything. God is good.
Yeah.
And my mother was like, you gonna let him do that? I said, I'm good. I'm good. I gave him the house, the money. I'm good. And I was just a little girl. We could have had so much. We were saving so much. But I pray, I thank God I got out of that abusive relationship. Some people would have settled for that. But I just moved on. Oh, God is good. But I knew that God wanted me to have this business. And he said, don't put my name on anything. He just knew this business wasn't going to work. He said, don't put my name on nothing. So every time I hear that song, God Did, by like DJ Khaled, and Jay-Z and all of them are on it. And he talks about like people never thought that they would make it, but God did. And I just know, I feel it. They go, you're either going to win with me or you're going to watch me win. I know it because all you got to do is do right by people and you're going to be fine.
That's
You know,
right.
I know, I know I have never in my life taken anything from anyone.
That's right.
And he promised me that you do right, God will take care of the rest. That's entrepreneurship, faith in God at its finest. From day one, he's filled in the steps. He's filled in the steps. But like, there's no there's no there's no stopping the defeat. When you're out there doing something good and you're doing it for us and you're doing it to build up the Black man and you're doing it to build up the Black woman, you better know that every negative thing in the world is going to try to pull it down, even if it tries to do it to itself. Because it can't take it. It can't take it. It can't take it. Some people just can't take being loved too much. Just can't take it. It's so sad. It's just sad. But you just keep putting out positive to those who give positive. Only reserve your conversation for those who are listening. Reserve your service for those worthy of your service. Depart from evil and pursue peace. Depart from evil, pursue peace. That's my 2022, 2023, rest of my life tribute. Always, peace is so good. And that's what I love about entrepreneurship, because you're able to develop your own environment. You create your own peace. You create your own environment. You create your own culture. You have to keep the faith. You have to keep the faith. Yeah. You have to keep the faith. I had a dream, exactly. You can't think like that. Shoot, that was almost 30 years ago, y'all, right? You know how many punches I've had since then? You have to keep on being strong. And I'm stronger than ever since then. But you have to, in order to do that, you have to be wiser. You have to keep equipping yourself. You have to keep learning. You have to keep giving. You have to make sure that you continue to keep a positive mindset. You can't allow yourself to get into like this toxic mentality that this world is horrible. Everybody's just like that. Like, then it's wine. Then it's wine. No, no. There's so much good out here. So much good out here. Every morning we have two choices. Continue to sleep with your dreams or wake up and chase them, right? I wake up and I chase them. Every day I wake up and chase my dreams. Don't we, Miss Muhammad?
Yes.
Get after it. Look, and Lord knows this is true. If the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but I ain't changed the goal. Right? Just because it didn't work that way, or that way, or that way, or that way. What did I say? What did they say? Perseverance. Perseverance. It's not the brain. I was looking at like Huey Newton, got his PhD about a year before he was killed. And when they killed him, when they were killing him, somebody heard him. Huey Newton was like, "You can shoot me, but my soul will live forever." Here I am, 2022, quoting him, being inspired by him. And I said, well, damn, if that man could stick to his goal, and his goal was what? So for me to not let anybody take my mind, to keep my mind free, to keep my mind free, to keep mindset. And he took the time to write down his vision, then I can write my dissertation and put my mind on paper too. Because he wrote his dissertation about his goal, about the Panther Party, about what he was trying to do. No. He had a bigger plan. No. Right? Right? So, remember, right? A lion never loses sleep over the opinion of sheep. No, we can become like really obsessed about what other people think of us. And that can get oversight of of God's purpose and goal for our life is. And that's not like, we have to just stay focused on God's opinion of us, not over people's opinion of us.
That's it.
I mean, man, right? Because like then
That's it.
they're thinking you are working too much, doing too much, too busy, but God's like, you have so much more you can do. You're capable of so much more. That's just number one. I only told you story number one of when I could have given up. What if I told you number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever is else coming to a 13, 14, 15, Like I put up the other day on Instagram, I've been knocked down 9 times. I got up 10. Or I get knocked down 11 times, got to get up 12. Get knocked down 13 times, got to get up 14. Get up.
Gotta get up. That's right.
Get up.
No matter what.
Perseverance. We don't need the psychologist to tell us that the key is perseverance. The key is determination, the ninth principle of Afroeconomics. We know this. We just need to make sure we're exercising it. We need to exercise it. because success is never owned, it's rented. And the rent is due every day. That means we got to persevere. We got to pay them dues every day. Every day. That's perseverance. That's determination. That's the key. How bad do you want it? What are you willing to do? How hard are you willing to work? How much? I mean, really, most people aren't willing to do that much. Oh well, I mean, I closed down my business because you know, and then they kind of get real quiet, and it kind of turns into a mumble. And then okay, consider Afroeconomics and uh, allow yourself to get the tools and the equipment and the support that you deserve. You know, if you don't know, then it is what it is. Well, I mean, it just is, right? What were you saying the other day? Mr. Harmon, we were talking about how much, the minister was moving you and what he was saying about, the women.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
Right.
powerful. That's so
Right.
powerful.
Right. Right.
If people don't have any body
Right.
positive,
Right. But you still too, you can't let people because I get it. I got people thinking that, you're not doing the work. You're not working. You can't let people predict what you're not doing when you're trying to focus on things for yourself.
mm,
I can't help nobody else if I ain't right myself,
mm,
you
amen.
know?
But it takes time.
It takes time. And what's for you is for you. What's for somebody else is I can't put my feet in your shoes, you know?
It's so much nicer talking about somebody else than to think about myself.
Right. Right.
You know, she's so and so. They so and so and so. So and so. I mean, because then you don't have to think about yourself.
Right.
But we're putting in the work on us.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And,
when I
and
look at you, I see myself.
amen.
So when I
Amen.
see myself, when I look at you, I can't mistreat you,
Amen.
you know,
Amen.
because you part of me.
Amen. That's what we should. That's what we should say.
Yeah.
That's the way we should feel. But a lot of times we just don't. I don't know, Miss
Right.
Davis.
Even with the brothers, we come when we look at him, we part of him. We can't mistreat each other because we part of each other.
Woo. And that's what must be, why God, how God does that.
Yeah.
Because no matter what we go through with someone that has nothing to do with how I feel about God's kings. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Generally.
Right. Right. We need
Nothing.
each other. We need each other.
Amen. 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 I know it's, you know what I'm saying? That we still know God's plan. We
Yes.
still know God's plan.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. We know the bigger picture.
Yes.
We know the bigger picture, and we know why what they're doing. You know what I mean? We know
Right.
why
And
they
that's
won.
why we working. That's why we
That's right.
working
That's right.
for the bigger picture.
That's right.
You
That's
know,
right.
when you
That's
hurt,
right.
I hurt. When he hurt,
That's
I
right.
hurt.
That's
We
right.
hurt, you know.
That's right. And when you hurt me, I know why you're hurting me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. You know, it's so true. And when you don't want me, I know why you don't want me.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Mm, that's so true. Amazing. Right? He'll give us all the answers that we need.
Yeah.
And when they don't laugh, and when they don't listen
Right.
to you, and when people don't want to do business with you, you know why.
Mm-hmm.
And move on. And move on. And pray for them.
Yeah.
And move on.
Yeah.
And move on. Because you have so many people to help. You have so many people to serve.
That's
We have
right.
so many people that need us. You know, there's so many people that love, that just need the love of a
Right.
good person, like, that really cares about
Right.
them. Like, I just thank God for just being able to take care of my, clients. I mean, I really do thank God for the opportunity because I just know, I know I'm not going to be here always. So I value every moment
That's true.
that I can serve.
That's true.
And yeah, that's all I can do is what I can do while I can do it. And I just know that things will be different when I'm gone. And but I bet I gotta do all that I can do while I'm here. You know,
Mm-hmm.
set stuff up. You know what I mean? And set
Yes.
stuff up.
Yes.
Set stuff up. But it's yeah. Mm, it's something else, isn't it? Well, I just this was just a great day. We are so spiritual. You ain't gonna get me crying up here.
I know, right? Mhm.
Love you, sis.
Yes. Love you too.
Have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
Take
You
care.
all have a wonderful weekend that's on.
Keep coming. I know. I'm glad you turned on your camera. I don't. You really, really made it possible. It's the energy, the blessing. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank God for you. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Thank you all so much. I see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Johnson. Thank you. May we have the determination to continue the vision. Amen. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. TV at tvbryant.com. You were asking if it's a cultural thing. I missed when it came in, but that's everything is a culture. Please make sure you all register at the afroeconomics.com so you can get all of the event information and register for at least the complimentary um, excuse level membership is absolutely free. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. The Afroeconomic Business Network. Don't hesitate to reach out. It is an automatic part of the membership. into being involved, but there is a specific entrepreneurship membership so that we work specifically on your business and focus really in on your business needs. Even can work on business taxes and business goals and business marketing. So check out the entrepreneurship membership. If you do it, God bless you.